People thought that Ron Wyatt was lying. They called him crazy, a fake, even dangerous. But Ron never backed down. Not when they mocked him, not when they laughed, and not when they told him to stop freaking digging. Because in 1982, just outside of Jerusalem, Ron Wyatt said he found something so important, so impossible, it would change everything we knew about the Bible, about history, and even about Jesus Christ. He said that he found the Ark of the Covenant. And not just that, he said it was covered in the dried blood of Jesus Christ himself. Ron Wyatt wasn't an archaeologist. He was a nurse from Tennessee. He had no degree in biblical studies, no backing from a university, but he had something else. He had an obsession. In the late 1970s, Ron traveled to the Middle East with a Bible in one hand and a metal detector in the other. He said God led him there, not metaphorically, literally. He claimed that God told him out loud where to look, the Garden Tomb. That's what he said. That's what he said he was told. A quiet spot near the Damascus Gate in Jerusalem where some believe Jesus Christ was buried. Ron got permission to dig, which surprised even him. The site was protected, but somehow they let him in. He dug for months, chipping away at dirt and rock, moving slowly towards something he couldn't explain. Then, one day, he found a crack in the rock. A natural tunnel that went deep beneath the city. Ron followed it down, crawling, squeezing, not knowing where it actually led. That's when he said he found it. A chamber, hidden, sealed, untouched for thousands of years. Inside, he said that there was a large stone box, and inside that box, under the lid, was the Ark of the Covenant, the real thing. The chest built by Moses, the one that held the Ten Commandments, the one that could call down fire from heaven that killed anybody that touched it. Ron said he didn't open the lid. He said he didn't have to because something else had caught his eye, something right above the Ark. On the ceiling of the cave, there was a crack, and on that crack was dried blood. Right above the Ark, he looked at the crack, he traced it back, and he realized something. The crack ran straight up through the rock all the way to the surface. At this point, Ron was stunned because he knew at what spot he was sitting, the exact spot underneath Golgotha, the hill where Jesus Christ was crucified. He said that when Jesus died, the earth shook, the rock split, and his blood ran down through the crack in the stone and landed right on the mercy seat of the Ark. Old covenant, new covenant. Law and sacrifice, mercy and grace, all connected in one impossible moment. Ron said angels were there when he found it, literal angels. They told him it wasn't time for the Ark to be revealed. They told him it would come out after a law was passed, one that forced the whole world to worship on Sunday. Until then, no one was allowed to move it. So Ron left it there. He took photos, though. He said he collected samples of the blood. He tried to get it tested. He said that the lab looked at it and told him that it wasn't normal human blood. It had only 24 chromosomes, half of the DNA. They said it had no human father. Now, pause. This is where things kind of shift because from this point forward, Ron's story went public and it got really freaking messy. People wanted proof. They wanted pictures, documents, witnesses. Ron showed almost nothing. He said that the Israeli government sealed up the area. He said people who tried to enter the cave got sick or turned back. He said he was being watched. In the early 90s, Ron told this story at churches, conferences, everywhere. He made videos, wrote articles, but still no Ark. The mainstream archaeological community laughed at him. They said the story made no sense. The Garden Tomb isn't a verified crucifixion site. The Ark disappeared from biblical records after the Babylonian siege, and no government on earth would let a nurse from Tennessee dig in Jerusalem, except Ron swore that they did. He dug for months. And here's the part that nobody can explain. Not to this day. No one has proved that he didn't find it. No one has shown footage of the chamber and proved that it's empty. No one has taken cameras into the cave and disproved the story. The cave is sealed. The cave is there. It's real. Israeli Antiquities Authority refuses to comment, and the Garden Tomb organization denies that the dig ever happened. But they also admit that they don't own the underground area. So where does that leave us? Let's talk about what the Ark even is. The Ark of the Covenant was the centerpiece of Israel's religious life. It held the Ten Commandments, Aaron's rod, and a jar of manna. It was kept inside the Holy of Holies in Solomon's temple, sealed off, guarded, and only seen once a year by the high priest. But when the Babylonian army invaded Jerusalem in 586 BC, the Ark vanished. Some people think that it was taken to Babylon. Some say it was hidden in a cave, and some said it was destroyed. Others believe that it was hidden by priests and still rests somewhere under Jerusalem. There are a few verses in 2 Maccabees, a non-canonical book, that says that Jeremiah the prophet hid the Ark in a cave on Mount Nebo and sealed the entrance until God decided to reveal it. And that sounds a lot like what Ron said. Ron died in 1999. He never changed his story. He never sold the ark. He never tried to cash it in. To the very end, he said, I know what I saw. So either Ron Wyatt made the biggest archaeological discovery in human history, or he told the biggest and longest lie of all time. Either way, the chamber is still sealed beneath Jerusalem. It still waits. And if he was right, then one day we're going to all see it. Damn it, man.